What's going on, guys? Let's take a look at where we stand when it comes to altcoin season. Let's jump right on into it. Okay, so I hear a lot of people and a lot of other influencers talking about altcoin season, and many of them have been telling everybody that we've been in altcoin season for months upon months upon months upon months now. That's just not true. There is very small, short, tiny little, I wouldn't even consider an altcoin season, but where altcoins outperform Bitcoin in small little spurts. But when I think of altcoin season, I think of the massive amount of money flowing into the altcoins from Bitcoin, and therefore altcoins vastly for months upon months outperforming Bitcoin and jumping hundreds and hundreds of percents in the process. And we have not seen that yet in this cycle. And I'm going to show you some charts and this little photo as well to prove to you that we haven't even begun to see an altcoin season, a real altcoin season yet, and when we can expect to see this altcoin season come into fruition in the future here. So if we take a look at this photo here, it's a good representation of kind of what goes on in the cycles, right? And after the bear market, when things kind of start to turn around again and we enter into the beginning stages of the bull cycle, we have got the flow of money moving into Bitcoin, causing prices to surge. And if you guys have noticed recently, Bitcoin's price has outperformed the rest of the market. The Bitcoin dominance has gone up pretty heavily, and altcoins, some of them have gone up, some of them have stayed still and sideways, some of them haven't moved at all yet. And that's kind of the stage that we're in right now. This is stage one, phase one, as the photo shows. Okay, and then what we're going to see next is the money flows into Ethereum, but Ethereum struggle to keep up with Bitcoin. Okay, Ethereum kind of goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts to outperform it. Anybody who's paying attention knows that Ethereum has not even started to try and outperform Bitcoin yet. And so we are technically still in this phase one, and we might be moving towards the end of that phase one as we've started to see some altcoins, what I like to say, start their engines. Okay, we've seen them do a 2 or 3x possibly, and that to me is kind of a foreshadow that we might be starting in the very near future to move into this next phase. Now, if we come over here and look at the ETH BTC chart, you can see that we are still in a downtrend, okay, from the top of last cycle. We have not really seen, outside of a few months here, Ethereum outperform Bitcoin. Bitcoin in general has been drastically outperforming Ethereum. I would argue we're probably getting close to a point where Ethereum is going to start to try and outperform Bitcoin and then probably succeed. Like they said here, Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it. Okay, so it's going to go back and forth for a second, and then it will start to slowly outperform it. As soon as we move into phase two, Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, and we hear talks of the flippening. Okay, now any of you guys who have your ears and eyes glued into the markets and the crypto space know that there is zero talks right now of Ethereum flipping Bitcoin, because Ethereum hasn't done literally anything in a couple years now. Everybody right now is saying Ethereum's dead. I would argue in the long term, it's a possibility that it dies out slowly. This cycle, it's going to do well, okay? You're not going to get, low market cap altcoin gains from Ethereum, but you're probably going to maybe 5x your money at the most, okay? Nonetheless, it's going to do well, but we still haven't even entered this phase 2 yet. Okay? That right there is hopefully going to give a lot of people hope and kind of rest some of the kind of FUD and this cycle's over talks that are going on out there in the space. I see it too. I just know that that always happens right before the real parabolic part of this cycle starts, okay? It happens every cycle. A lot of people are going to be saying the cycle's over, crypto's dead, FUD here, there, okay? And it's going to cause a lot of people, the last chunk of people who aren't fully convicted in what they're doing, to jump out of the market before we really kick everything up into parabolic mode. So keep an eye out for this phase 2. At some point in the near future, Ethereum is going to start to outperform Bitcoin because money from Bitcoin is going to start to flow into Ethereum. And it's going to be pretty obvious. You're going to see Ethereum's price start to go up. Now, if you notice, ETH started to outperform Bitcoin in January of 2017, okay? Right here. And then we had a massive increase in the Ethereum Bitcoin evaluation. We come over here to December of 2017, massive rally in Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. In January of 2020, that kicked off this rally. We had some corrections in between, but we come over here to January of 2021, and that's when we really had the move from Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. Now, if you come over here to where we're at right now, like we just looked at, we have not seen any sort of real green candles yet. But based on all of the rest of this, January seems to be the month where Ethereum starts to outperform Bitcoin, okay? This right here was a bull market year, and this right here, bull market, okay? We still have not seen that yet. We haven't even seen it started. This current month that we're in right now is still red. So I suspect, based on what is only a few data points, that in January we're going to start to see this phase 2 start, where Ethereum starts outperforming Bitcoin. And at a certain point, we're going to see and hear people talk about Ethereum is going to flip Bitcoin. Okay? So keep an eye out for that. That's coming next. What's going to happen after that, once Ethereum starts to come back into relevance and people start talking about it flipping Bitcoin, you're going to have money starting to trickle back into large caps where we see large buy-ups happening, okay? These are going to be coins like Solana, XRP, probably ADA, maybe something like Avalanche, okay? All of the larger cap coins, maybe Chainlink. Remember, their market caps are already fairly large, so the amount of gains that you can make on those coins are not going to be as big. You're probably going to see maybe another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6x tops, I think, in some of those coins before the money starts flowing back out of those coins into smaller cap altcoins, okay? It's like a waterfall effect from Bitcoin to Ethereum to large cap altcoins and then into smaller cap altcoins. In this phase, you're going to see Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin pretty substantially, and large caps are going parabolic, okay? So you're going to see multiple X's out of these large caps. They're going to go parabolic, straight up. And then what's going to happen, regardless of market cap, some altcoins with strong fundamentals are having pumps, okay? This is the part of the cycle that is considered real altcoin season because everything, regardless of what it is, what it does, what fundamentals it has, everything is in the green. Everything's going up double-digit percents almost on a daily basis, okay? There will be corrections in between. It doesn't go up forever. But the vast majority of days during this time, you are going to have massive double-digit % candles for altcoins, and all altcoins, not just some. The vast majority of them are going to go absolutely apeshit, okay? Large caps have gone full vertical, and we're seeing blow-off tops. Mid caps and low caps, micro caps, all tend to pump around the same time. Large caps have been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. It seems every coin is going to go parabolic regardless of fundamentals. Memes are everywhere. Everyone is super excited, and you feel the mania in the air. Okay, this is the time that we're all waiting for, right? These are the beginning phases that start off. And even during when these large caps are pumping, a lot of these small caps are pumping as well, just not quite as much yet. We get to where they go and hit their parabolic straight up phase kind of towards the end. But during this process, they are going up, just not quite as much yet, okay? But everything is on its way up, and it's going to seem like things are going to go up forever. When we get to this phase 4 down here, altcoin season, even if you've got some large caps, probably even before this, you're going to want to start thinking about selling, okay? Because everybody's going to be in a mania phase. Everybody's going to be euphoric. Everybody's going to be telling you that everything's going to go up another 10x. But when we get to this stage 4, Ethereum, Bitcoin's already topped. Ethereum is probably close to topping. Large caps are close to topping. And some of these smaller caps might have some more room to run. But you got to be careful, okay? Nobody's going to actually sell the exact top. But during this phase 4 here, it is... And you'll know when it's happening, because literally everything in the market will be double-digit % green candles on a daily basis for quite a while. It is absolutely crazy, okay? Everybody is in full euphoria mode. That is the time, especially if we're in a window between March and November of 2025, you want to start selling, okay? You don't have to sell everything at once, but what you want to do is start following that plan that you have hopefully laid out and are ready for. You've got your mental mind right, and you're grounded during euphoria. You're down here, everybody else is up here, and you're able to get out of the market before it crashes again in 2026 or end of 2025, okay? That is the key to being successful. That is the key to making money in crypto. That is the key to be that very small 1% of people who actually succeed in this market. Okay? Majority of people are going to ride it up and ride it up and ride it up because they think that it's never, ever, ever, ever going to go down again. And I'm here to tell you that it will go down again, okay? On this note as well, during this phase 3 and phase 4 of altcoin season, Caspa is going to move, okay? No matter what anybody says right now, obviously we're in kind of a rut when it comes to Caspa in general right now, right? It hasn't moved all that much in a while, and everybody's telling you that it's dead and it's going to have an awful bull market, okay? I don't know how many X's it's ultimately going to do, okay? It could do a lot. It could do not as much as some other cryptos because of what it did in the bear market. It outperformed everything, okay? But, like I've said before, I think that a $3 Caspa is, or close to it one way or another, is a very reasonable price, okay, for the top of this market. Now, we're going to keep on watching that because timing is always going to be more important than dollar amount. But I just want to reassure everybody that during these phase 3 and phase 4 of this alt season, Caspa will go up. Okay? It is not going to stay sideways at 11 cents while everything else is jumping 20, 30, 40, 50, 100% per day. Okay? Just not going to happen. It's too good of a project. We all know that, and it will go up. So when it's all said and done, right, you should have a plan by now, and you should be ready to pull the trigger and execute that plan when the time comes, okay? I will be here to help you guys as well. I'm going to be fully transparent about when I start to sell my crypto bags and how much I'm selling and what I'm selling, okay, at certain points once we move into next year. So as long as you guys continue to watch me, I know other channels will probably be doing the same thing, but as long as you continue to watch me, you're going to have my honest opinion and my honest time frames of when I'm selling, what I'm selling, how much I'm selling, okay, in certain periods of next year. Keep in mind too that all of this hinges on monetary policy as well. I say that understanding that something could go wrong, but it seems like everything's lining up, okay? I don't think there's going to be any issues. Money will start flowing as soon as quantitative easing starts. Hasn't quite started yet, which is why you see the market sitting in a sideways pattern for quite a while. But it's just a matter of time before everything flips, quantitative easing starts, money starts flowing into the markets, and I think it's going to happen as early as January of this next year, okay? Which is in, what, 2 weeks from now, roughly, maybe even less. So stay positive. Good things are right around the corner. Take a screenshot of this photo here so that you can understand where we are in so-called altcoin season, right? The real altcoin season. And that way it kind of gives you an idea of what phase we're in and what we can expect next, you know, just ahead of this previous phase. It'll kind of keep you in the know about what is expected to happen next, okay? In the meantime, guys, continue to pack your damn bags before it's too late. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.